Hi, it's Fionna Gossling from Ray LePage in Oakville, and I'm here to talk to you about what happened in real estate in Oakville in December 2018. So, as you can see from this slide, our number of sales when you're comparing December 2018 to December 2017, number of transactions were down by about 23%. We had fewer listings to choose from, so there are fewer properties for sale on the market by about 13%. Our months of inventory were up by 13%, and that's an important figure because that's telling us if we didn't bring anything else to the market, how long it would take for us to sell out our current inventory, and that's what dictates if it's a buyer's or a seller's market. So 4.2 is kind of a balanced market. However, it's really important to look at the category. This is an average across detached home, townhouses, and condominiums. So depending on what type of property you're looking for, that number changes, and that's a more valuable figure for you to know. Average sale price was up 6%. So although our number of sales were down, our sale price was still up. And that's important to note. And days on market were up slightly by about 10%. So you'll see on a future slide, that's largely in the detached category. So I'll come back to that. Here you can see the entire year of what's been going on and the trend. So when I say 123 sales that happened, that doesn't sound so great, and it's not. However, when you compare it to January 2018, we only had 155 sales. And in real estate in Oakville, it's typical to have a slow December, January, and then the spring market can start to heat up in February, March, April, where we start to see more transactions happening. And we also see the sale price, well, with the averages is very tricky in Oakville because of the number of sales. So you have one big sale and that's really going to skew things. So this year, this time, I've put in this median sale price, which is probably pretty important to have a look at. So prices are remaining fairly strong. Days on market have increased throughout the year. This to me is the most valuable or interesting slide to look at. And what it's telling us is there were only 68 detached homes that sold. There are far more detached homes in Oakville than condominiums or townhouses at this stage. Only 68 of the 321 that people had to choose from actually sold. So that's 5.2 months of inventory in detached homes, which is definitely a buyer's market. So if you're in the market to get into a detached home, this is probably a pretty good opportunity to be out there looking. If you're on the market, you probably want to sell. As we saw from the previous slide, the average sale price is still increasing modestly, but interest rates are still low. The Bank of Canada has just released a few hours ago that they're not going to increase that interest rate. So for right now, mortgage rates will hold a little bit, presumably. And average days on market are 50 days, so it's taking longer to sell detached homes. You might have a little bit longer to negotiate prices as well, or to negotiate a price there. Condominiums and townhouses, I believe that these numbers, while the numbers are true, I don't think they paint a complete picture of what's going on in the market. I think it's showing 4.3 months of inventory and 3.4 months of inventory because there was a low number of sales overall. I think we will see those numbers decrease, and we will find that it is in fact still a buyer's market. No, it is a seller's market in condominiums and townhouses still in Oakville. And finally, our Oakville neighborhood page. You can find this information in more detail on my website at fionnagosling.ca/market statistics. I'm not really sure, but you'll find it across the top. It says something about statistics or neighborhoods. And you can, I should know that, but I don't. And you can find the breakdown of the number of transactions, number of days on market, average sale price, median sale price, all the rest of it. The average sold to list price, which is a funny statistic to me, but anyway, it's there. If you had any specific questions about your neighborhood or wanted to get a sense of what's going on, please don't hesitate to give me a shout. I'm just in the process of sending out my annual neighborhood sales. So if you're getting this, there's a good chance you might receive that in the mail, and I'll give you a shout in a little bit to follow up and see if you had any questions, or don't hesitate to call me at any time. And I will talk to you soon.